It all began in August 1977, when single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children, Margaret, Janet, Johnny, and Billy, started experiencing odd disturbances. The first indications were mundane: furniture shifting slightly, doors creaking open and shut, and knocking sounds that seemed to have no source. However, these incidents quickly escalated. One evening, Peggy was startled by a loud bang coming from the children's room. She entered to find a heavy chest of drawers moving away from the wall on its own. When Peggy tried to push it back, it wouldn't budge, as if an unseen force was resisting her. The Hodgson family's plight soon drew the attention of the media, and the story spread like wildfire. It wasn't long before the Society for Psychical Research got involved. 2 prominent paranormal investigators, Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, were dispatched to the Hodgson residence to conduct a thorough investigation. Over the course of more than a year, Grosse and Playfair documented over 2,000 inexplicable occurrences, including furniture levitating, objects being thrown around the house, and strange knocking patterns that would respond intelligently to questions. However, the most disturbing aspect of the haunting centered around 11-year-old Janet Hodgson. The young girl became the primary focus of the entity, experiencing fits of trance-like states and claiming to see figures others couldn't. At one point, Janet began speaking in a deep, gruff voice that seemed impossible for a child to produce. The voice identified itself as Bill Wilkins, a man who claimed to have died in the house years earlier. What made this even more eerie was that the Wilkins family, who had lived in the house before the Hodgsons, confirmed that a Bill Wilkins had indeed died in the living room, precisely as described by the voice. The behavior of the Enfield Poltergeist was erratic and at times cruel. Toys and household items would fly around the house with great force, picture frames would spin or fall off walls, and inexplicable cold drafts would pass through rooms. Witnesses, including journalists and neighbors, reported seeing Janet being thrown out of her bed and levitated several feet off the ground. The most compelling evidence came in the form of audio recordings made by Grosse and Playfair, capturing chilling conversations between them and the Bill Wilkins voice. Despite the extensive documentation and numerous eyewitnesses, the Enfield Poltergeist remains a topic of intense debate. Skeptics argue that the entire ordeal was an elaborate hoax by Janet, pointing out that some of the evidence, such as photographs of her seemingly levitating, could have been staged. Critics also note that most of the paranormal activity happened when Janet was present, and that she was caught bending spoons and bouncing on her bed at least once. However, those who were involved in the case, such as Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, maintain that while some incidents may have been exaggerated or staged by the children, the sheer volume and nature of the recorded phenomena were beyond rational explanation.